So, no, do you want me to be? Sure.
Yesterday, I don't usually get to play because usually.
What do you mean we have bots? 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 Um, I don't see them. I don't see them. Are they in the chat? Are they in the chat? Charles? Okay. Charles. No. I can't see who you banned unless I'm a mod. I can't see who you banned unless I'm a mod. I can hear it in stream. I can hear it in stream. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Well, I know other Matt is having to leave early, but I don't know about anybody else. I don't know about anybody else.
Hello.
Is that the Nicholas?
The one and only.
The Nikolai? Hope so. Because otherwise this is gonna be a very uh disappointing time. So how's the weather? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have some ideas, but probably still need to actually come to.
I can hear you. It's pretty neat. Um, looking for GM deck. I like how we have cool little logos at the bottom. It's pretty neat.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
No, we can't.
As you said last time, possibly like a new unknown deity from the whatchamacallit, the priestess, I think. You mentioned a name like the Great Warden or something. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Sounds nice and ominous. Yeah. Yeah. Something like the priestess. I would assume it's like she realized that she needs someone more like de- dedicated and more willing, like the crusader, to get shit done, basically. And basically, I'm not exactly sure, but somehow this new deity has arisen on that she is supporting along those lines. Okay.
As am I, to say the least. Also, off question. Oh shit. Never mind. Has anybody played Age of Empires?
One or two or three.
Well, 3 comes out in like a month. Because I have Game Pass and it just got added to it. Like I got 3 months of Game Pass for free from Discord. Um, so is Age of Empires good?
Okay. Like RTSs.
Uh, sometimes it depends.
It's really from the probably golden age of RTSs. It's considered one of the good ones.
Hmm.
But have you played StarCraft?
No,
Okay. Um, well, how'd you kind of describe that?
I've played Halo Wars and Civ.
Okay, so it's kind of like more Halo Wars, I would say, but slower paced.
Okay. Well, it's because like literally the other games I play. Well, right now I'm out of work for a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, I won't go into further on why, but I don't. I'm bored, so like I don't know what to play. Um,
Well, it will waste time if that's what you're looking for.
it is kind of what I'm looking for. because like
Yeah.
I might play The Outer Worlds. My friend says it's really good,
Oh
but
yeah,
like I don't. I get bored of Fallout so easily, so I don't know how good Outer Worlds would be.
that is true. For RTS at least, each game will be around like an hour or two, especially if you're just playing alone. But then,
Mhm.
yeah, it'll probably be something that you might enjoy. At least if you enjoy Civ, but want something that you can finish more faster.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause like I don't know. I like Civ. I just get I don't know. I just like I don't know. I'm I don't know what to do. Like I'll be honest. Like a lot of my time's been going to League of Legends. Um, and I mean I'm getting pretty good at it, right? But like the community's toxic as hell.
Oh yeah, I last played that like 3 years ago.
I mean it's a fun game. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but like I don't know, man. Like I just don't really like because like I don't know, man. The only other game I play is Borderlands 3. Um, because I don't really play Xbox anymore. So like half the games I used to have are almost irrelevant. Um, I mean I could download like I don't know, like actually there's nothing to download. I don't know. I'm just I don't know, man.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, so first off, welcome to the stream, everyone. Just when I thought we had everything figured out, turns out we don't. Yeah, for the two players that are with us so far, I had Sirenscape running in the background to, provide the background music
Can you
for
give
us,
me the
right?
link to the Sirenscape again?
Oh, dadgummit. You do
I'm
this on
sorry.
stream, really? At 2 Brute? Um,
I'm I'm sorry.
Stupid. Yeah, give me just a
What?
second. No, you're fine.
I'm sorry.
It's hard for me
I
to
don't
say
have
I'm
it.
sorry. Doom,
It's
doom.
too
All right, there
late
it
to
is.
apologize.
It's too
Yay.
late to apologize.
I don't know what my Sirenscape password is, so it's gonna be a little bit.
Okay, so you're just the absolute worst. All right, so so here is the state of the nation as it stands currently. Obviously, with the help of uh, C.S. Wendrowski, or Svendrovsky. I guess it's Svendrovsky. I'm not super sure how to pronounce your name, but he spent some time with me earlier today to go over kind of setting up the stream so it'll look a bit better. So huge shout out to him for that. Three raptor heads for you, because
Yeah.
apparently that's the thing, right? Raptor heads. I don't know. I'm super new to Twitch, so I don't get it. But there were just like dinosaur heads all in all
Poggers.
in our chat
Po
last week.
Poggers in the chat. Poggers in the chat, boyos.
So I don't know what that was.
All right, that's it.
Yep,
That's it.
that's it. Yeah,
I'm leaving.
we're deleting the Twitch channel. No.
Yep. VOD's
So
gone.
so I thought that I had it figured out. Turns out, since I was streaming the Sirenscape stuff through my headphones, it was also picking up all of your side of the speech, but none of mine. So they could hear this like weird one-sided conversation that y'all were having. And
We were just talking about Age of Empires,
with
man.
me, yeah. Well, no, they were like, yeah, they're like talking about Age of Empires and stuff. We can hear that.
We were having a good time.
So there's that. Secondly, we only have 2 players that have joined us so far, which I'm not gonna lie is irritating. I'm not really sure what's going on with our other players. We knew Roger was gonna be out. and we knew Matt might have to leave a little bit early, but not sure not sure why that would prevent any of them from joining us at the start of the session. Also, let me change my nickname here. Change nickname. The Storyteller.
Yo, wait. My avatar is in the
Yep. Yeah, so like I said,
what?
he did a lot of cool stuff. So now on our stream, there's a link to join our Discord, which you don't have to. Arguably, you probably shouldn't because everyone in there's super weird. But then I also have it
Whoa.
set to where, I changed everyone's nicknames to be their character, and it has our Discord artwork in there, and it lights up when we're talking. So, like right now, since I'm speaking, mine is lit up. This will help them connect voices to characters a bit better, which is always a good thing for a stream when you can't see faces, right? It's like, those two guys sound almost exactly alike. Although I think our group has some pretty distinct voices. They're all equally annoying in radically different ways. So we have that going
Fuck
for
you.
us. No, he's really committed to the bit. I appreciate your commitment to that bit.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest. I was unintentional.
Oh, okay.
I had no intentions of dropping out like that. Why the fuck isn't my Sirenscape password working?
What do you mean?
I literally cannot log into Sirenscape right now.
Well, it looks like we're not going to have enough to actually even be able to carry on the game, unfortunately. It's a huge, huge bummer. It's embarrassing. But hey, I mean, that happens from time to time. So we do still have some options, which would also still make for an enjoyable viewing experience for our players.
I logged in. Yes.
What?
I got to log in. We did
nice. Here, I'll even fire up a background thing real quick while I'm speaking to keep it nice
it. Why
and
do I have to
dramatic.
confirm?
So what we could do is we could go through some of that Engine of Ages, and we could do a little world building tonight.
Okay.
If you guys want to, Nick, does that sound like something you would be interested in?
Not at all. I'm kidding.
I was like, that was brutally honest.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ready for that either. Touche.
Well then. Well, very well.
Oh,
I'm currently downloading Sirenscape right now.
Okay, so
break everything.
If you guys are down for that, let me bring that up.
Question: why did you ask Nick but not me?
You instantly were like, yes.
I don't believe that.
Let's roll
They're
back
being
the
forced
tape.
into it.
Yeah, let's roll back the tape and see.
Hey, chat.
Yeah.
Chat. Did I say yes? Let's see what chat says. Chat will be the decider of my fate.
Yeah, the Book of Ages is quality. All right, so if that's the case, then goodness gracious. I mean, obviously, not exactly what I wanted to do tonight, but because we don't have other Matt stuff in there. All right, so yeah, see, you said yes right away. Okay, so Norst is saying that he couldn't agree more. 13th Age has some excellent peripherals, and that one's toward the top of the list. So we're just gonna switch drives a little bit tonight, and we're gonna do some world building. We've already done a little bit of this Sorry, I'm trying to say two different things at once, and it's not working. Let me just do a window capture. We're gonna make it. Okay, Okay, so this is gonna be.
Have you put on music for Sirenscape?
Yep.
Why isn't it working for?
I do not know.
Why is my device unlinked? This is fucking gay. Just kidding. This is just unfortunate. Work.
So,
I give up. I tried.
um, we're gonna do a little bit of world building tonight. Man, this is so finicky. There we go. And
That's
you
what they call
guys
me in high
will.
school.
What's that?
Finicky. That's what they called me in high school.
And you guys will get to go along with that. The question for the chat is, do you want me to leave some Sirenscape music on while we do this? Or do you think that's going to be distracting? Should I just turn it down a little bit more? Feel free to let me know. Now, for you two, did you download the Book of Ages?
Yep.
Okay, and do you have that, Nick?
I don't think so.
Okay, hang on.
I'm also lying through my teeth.
Why would you lie?
I don't know
Just-
where it is.
Goodness gracious. All right. Well, let me. Man, you were just. The
Wait, I might
worst.
have actually. Hold on.
This is what I can do. There. Okay, so you'll need that, and let me grab my physical copy that I purchased, which you can also purchase
Online through
from...
www.purchasebookofages.com.
Well, that's not it. All right, give me just 1 second.
I did not download it, but I have now. Oh, what the heck is this? Alright, now that he's gone, we can talk shit on him, Nick.
Okay.
Damn it.
What?
You missed the opportunity. What?
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 Whoop.
What?
Whoa, Doug. Whoa, Doug.
Alrighty, so additionally, I'm gonna need you guys to also go to this document. So you have the Book of Ages, yes?
Dude,
Okay.
20 gigs or 20 megabytes, sorry, not gigs. You owe me 20
20
megabytes worth of
gigs.
space.
Jeez.
No, it's 20 megabytes.
That
Oh, there's
would
the
be-
spreadsheet.
It will be a horrifyingly large electronic book. Oh my gosh. That would be
It's just like-
crazy.
it's legitimately just War and Peace copy
Yeah.
and pasted 50 times.
50 times, yeah. Okay. So, Matthew, we already have your stuff picked out, but we need to kind of build some of that stuff up for Nick. So, Nick, here's what we're gonna do. You have the PDF open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the PDF and the book page numbers don't align. So I have the physical book. So when I say page 11, you're going to go to the one that has the page 11 printed in the book. I think it's probably
It's
like
probably
13
gonna be like
or
page like
something.
13
Yeah.
for the actual PDF.
That's
And-
a lot of work.
And adding 2, that's too much. You're asking too much. Get it? Plus 2? All right, so this section is the Engine of Ages, and this is kind of where we start and set the roadmap for which icons and factions like played a part in our world's history. Okay, so on that spreadsheet, you can see that we already have this for Roger, we have it for DK, and we have it for Matthew. And then I picked 4 factions as the storyteller. We have undead, cultists, dragons, and giants. So the first thing we need to do for you and there's a whole list of examples, but you need to pick a faction. So if you go to page 22 in the book, these are example factions. You can use one of these if you want, just you can rip it right out of the book, or you can make up your own. I can't remember if anyone has made up their own or if we ended up just using one of these out of here, or theoretically you could roll. But here's how it works. So
I'll give you
Roger
$1 to roll.
Roger, remember, is playing like a space explorer from another galaxy, right? DK is playing a robot druid, and Matthew is playing a werepanther ranger. So they each picked the faction that most closely aligns with their character. Okay? So, for instance, you being a cleric, you probably don't want to pick Fisherfolk of the Isles. Because
I
how
don't know.
does... Yeah, I mean, how does
That
that...
sounds kind of tempting.
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, let me re-roll again, I guess. No, so you can look through here, and find one that kind of goes along well with what you want to be. Now, you could pick humans, which is your race.
That made me tear up a little bit. I don't know why.
You could pick your race, something that aligns with your class.
I think I
It's
might go with 85.
85. Crazed. Well, now I'm wondering, because I picked cultists. Is that too close?
You could go with 96.
Shut up. Mind controlling brain bugs
Dude, come on.
has literally nothing to do with his character at all.
You don't know that.
Well, I mean, kind of though, right?
Well, for cultists, you could go with 99. Secret cultists.
Okay, so let's do this. We've got crazed zealots. Let's find like 2 or maybe 3. Let's find another one that's kind of close. Just
Well, actually, 49 for holy ones.
49 holy ones. Yeah, see that? I think that works.
What the hell's a fungaloid?
You got me, man. I don't know what like half of these things are.
I'm
Mushroom
googling it
people?
right now as we speak.
Yeah, whatever that is. Okay, so Matthew, or Nick, here under faction in that Excel sheet, I want you to type in holy ones.
Oh, they're like mushroom people.
I guess that makes sense. Fungaloids, right? All right, and
Yeah.
then under icon,
They must be some fun guys.
goodness gracious.
I love it.
This is the worst. All right, and under icons, you're going to write down the icon that most closely relates to that. Yeah, because see, Roger's got the priestess. I mean, theoretically, we want all of the icons to be different, but they don't have to be. So we can put the priestess down there
The
as
fuck
well.
is a Azure?
Again, I don't know, man.
Oh, they're fire people.
Oh no, we can't double up. It literally says don't double up. Hang on, let me look at Roger's other thing. Nope, that's the wrong one. What are Roger's icons?
I feel like Charles would be good at ASMR.
What are Roger's icons? He only has the
Like, you could help me
priestess
sleep
and
at
the
night
Lich
a little
King.
bit.
Dang. So let's do this. How about this?
Mhm.
How about your holy ones are actually aligned with the Crusader?
Okay.
Right? And they're more like an ends justify the means kind of organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we will save the world at any cost.
All right. Fine with that.
So you'll put that under icon. And then you'll also need some physical dice.
Or Google Dice.
Or Google Dice, but that's not as fun.
Well, my dice are in my car, so I would not walk out to my car if I needed dice.
How can I just tell your number?
Well, you gotta roll d6.
Yeah. Well, no, he's going to be rolling a d12. All right.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the Crusader. All right.
I'm
So
surprised you didn't think about that.
so now what we're gonna do, Nick, is we're going to roll for where your anchor points go. All right, and I will explain these in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all the way to the right in this little Excel sheet, you'll see your name right there, and then underneath, you'll see 6 words: Zenith, Nadir, Iconic, Crossover, and Random. All right, so these are the anchor points. So this is showing when this faction is at its peak, when it is at its valley, the high points, the golden ages, depths of defeat, all that stuff, right? So there are four types. There's Zenith, which is the absolute high point of a faction's fortunes. This is when they are at their peak. So for instance, you'll notice under Giants in the Second Age, the Giants are at their zenith in the Second Age. That was when they were at their most powerful. Okay? Nadir is the complete opposite. So that is when they were absolutely at their lowest, whether as a result of a long decline or a sudden catastrophe. Alternatively, it could mean the beginning of a faction, such as when it was weakest and most vulnerable. So again, using the Giants, their nadir was in the First Age when they came about, and then the very next age, they kind of skyrocketed to prominence, and kind of held off for a long time before finally fading in the 12th age. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Crossover anchors mark ages when the faction was closely aligned with another group. This could be an alliance, a war, a partnership, or a first contact. So anytime multiple factions have significant interactions with another is a crossover point. And then finally, iconic anchors are times when the faction's icon changed, whether that's the rise of a new icon or the fall of the current icon. And again, that could mean they're replaced by another, such as the Terrible Emperor becoming the regular Emperor, or the nature of the icon could change, such as the Great Gold Worm goes down into the abyss to stop the demons, changing from an active force in the world to an icon who communicates through dreams and portents. It could also result in the replacement of the icon completely, so that the faction story continues with a new icon altogether. Okay, so you have 5 there, and then you also have a random one. So I want you to roll 1d6 and tell me what you get.
1.
1. So you get an extra nadir. Okay? So
Okay.
now you're going to use a d12, and you're going to roll it once for each of these. Well, you're going to roll it 6 times, okay? And the number that you roll on the die, and this is where we're deviating a little from the way the book does it, but since we're populating all 12 ages, this is the easiest way to think about it. So you're going to roll a d12. Whatever number it rolls, you're going to place one of those 6 in that cell, and each one has a little drop down for all 4 types. So why don't you go ahead and actually, why don't you roll it in Foundry? Just roll a d12 in Foundry.
So I just need to get into Foundry first.
Oh, because you quit, and I don't even have the stream focus on that. Actually, you can just you can roll it however you want. If you want to use physical
Alright,
dice,
I got a 10 here.
Okay, you got a 10. All right. So in the 10th age, what are you going to place there? Or I guess theoretically we could keep track, and if you wanted to place them in like a more logical progression of some kind. In fact, yeah, let's do that. So go ahead and roll a couple more times and tell me what you get.
6.
6.
Another 6.
Okay, re-roll that.
You gotta
Sorry,
put
my
a
one.
dogs are
what they
playing.
call-
You got a 1?
Yep.
Okay, 10,
what they
6,
call
1.
Cool. A cool.
4.
Hang on. Quiet, Matthew. What was your other one after the 1, Nick?
4. Then a 5 after that.
And we need one more.
5 again.
Okay, yeah, re-roll.
5 again. 6 again. 5 again.
Dude, what the fuck?
4 again.
I mean, 4,
you
5,
rolling-
6 is right in the middle.
Wait,
of
are you
that.
rolling a D12 or a D6?
He's rolling a D12.
D12. Yeah. I got a
Wait,
10
I've
again.
I've never heard. Okay,
Okay, there we go. 9.
9. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. So, those are the ages that you need to populate. Now, you can place
Excuse
these...
me while I throw these dice in the garbage.
Yeah.
Hey, at least they're consistent.
So you can place these, and again, you're only putting them on your line, the holy ones, right? So you can place these 6 anchor points in any order that you want, but you have to place one in each of these 6 ages.
Okay. I have one in the first one, right?
You do.
I like your accent.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's
And
kinda hard.
then 4, 5, and 6.
Now, you don't have to place them in that order, remember. If that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying change it, but you don't have to put Zenith in the first just because it was the first one. Although I like that. They're just powerful right out of the gate.
Then they just slowly lose everything.
Yeah.
Hey man,
And
mine-
which ones do I choose? I have to do each one once, or
Okay, so here I'll help you keep track. So I'll bold the ones you've used and italicize them. So you have an iconic, a nadir, and 2 crossovers left. But make sure you're doing it in your line. That was a lot of dice. Okay, iconic in the 9th age. What are you doing, Matthew?
See how high it can get.
like that.
Yep. Man, lots of crossovers in the 6th age. Lots of them. Okay, so just delete all that. We don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. All right, so now what has been put in there? Tank on it. I see. That's why.
Why is it that I roll high when I roll 30 D20? I roll pretty consistently above 10. But, like, anything else I don't.
Okay, so that is the easy part. The other thing we can do, are there any ages where it's just you two that have anything? No, certainly not. Roger and Nick both share the 10th. So, the next thing we would do is determine, like, what happened in each of these ages. And the way we would do that
Sorry, can I
is-
make one change?
Yes.
Nope.
Too late.
Uh-oh, crossover buddies.
There's so many cross. The 5th and 6th ages are like super, super busy.
We're
Super
lit,
busy.
let me tell you.
Yeah. That's
Honestly,
interesting,
the
though. It
seventh,
just means that, like, a
seventh
lot of
age is
stuff.
pretty.
Yeah, the 7th age is like a lot of high. It's a lot of extremes. It's a lot of extremes. Okay.
Like Cody in high school.
So the next thing we would do is we would chronicle the ages. And in order to do that, I would act as a present day chronicler and historian, traveling the land, learning about its history, and you each would take on the roles of sages and experts who would answer my questions. So we would start off, and we're actually going to do this for the first age.
This
Okay?
means nothing for me. I can't read.
Why are you this way?
Good question.
Oh, it doesn't have the neat font. Okay. Alright, so we'll do the first age. And in the first age, we have what? We have the Holy Ones at their zenith. The Holy Ones at their zenith. And the what is it? Giants? Yeah. And giants, excuse me, at their nadir.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How long does each age last?
So it doesn't have a set time period.
Oh.
So theoretically, the first age could have lasted 10,000 years. And the second age, let's see what happens in the second age. Yeah, I mean, the second age could have lasted, 300.
2 years.
I mean, it's probably at a minimum a couple hundred, but
Okay.
but not necessarily. I mean, we don't need to put ourselves in a box. But it's
Yeah, I
less
prefer-
about the specific time and more about the things that defined it. So for instance,
Yeah.
the Industrial Revolution. I mean, granted, we know generally speaking the time frame that fell within, but like I don't remember off the top of my head when the Industrial Revolution started.
Late 1800s, early 1900s.
Right, but my point is we know that with the advent of automobiles and the printing press, that was the Industrial Revolution when those things were happening, right? So that's kind of how we're going to view this. The dates don't matter. It's just like, oh, I know that the Third Age started because that's when all the cultists were running about and they were converting people and killing people who didn't convert and all this stuff, right?
I prefer bags anyways, so we're fine. You said we didn't want to put the boxes. I prefer bags.
So we're going to do a couple of these ages that only involve you and Nick because I want we have a couple to pick from, which is pretty neat. But we're going to start with the first age, all right? And this is how it's going to work. All right, the Holy Ones were at their zenith. So gives me some questions to ask. Where are those example questions? Zenith prompts. Okay, so remember, Nick, you're going to be answering as a sage and expert on all things the Holy Ones. Okay?
All right.
And there is no right or wrong answer. We're completely making up our own unique history. Yes.
Is this like we're on the History Channel and we're like the guy that says aliens is being interviewed about it?
Yes.
Perfect.
Now, the other cool thing for you, Matthew, is that even though you don't have an icon in this age, you can still offer suggestions, right?
Okay.
Whether that be a contradictory thing, or whether it's like um, giving, well, here you couldn't, but giving your faction's perspective on the events. So, like, the example they give there is, oh, well, the elves always use this as an excuse to steal from us, right? Um,
Oh.
yeah, so again, in this instance, Nick is the most authoritative voice, but you can also add stuff in. And as always, we want to be as wildly creative as possible, dropping proper nouns that we don't know what they are, because those are things that can be referenced in our current game. Okay? So,
What's a proper noun?
like the
Oh,
harrowing.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know English. I failed it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel so stupid right now.
Why?
Because I don't know what proper noun is. Alright, tune in for a second. And it's forever for Twitch to know. Delete the VOD, that's it.
Only way.
It's the only way. I can't let them know.
Wonderland
Alright, I'm gonna make dinner while you're asking questions. And I'll pop in here and there. I'm completely here though. Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm just hungry.
Okay. Okay, so Nick.
Mhm.
In those days, the days where the Holy Ones were at their peak, your wizards and spellcasters worked great wonders and built astonishing wards. Where are these wards, and what do they defend against? Now, if you want to place them on the map, you can open up, well, yeah, you can go back into Foundry and look at the Dragon Empire map, and you can place them there, or you can just find one online. It's up to you.
All right. Where would the giants be? Because I was thinking that maybe these things could be the reason why the giants were at their nadir.
Wait, say again?
Where are the giants at? Because I was thinking that maybe this would be the reason why the giants are at their weakest.
Well, you're not answering for the giants. You're answering for the Holy Ones.
Okay. So I just loading it up now.
Pretty much what he's saying is you're a historian, and he's gonna ask you these questions, and you're just gonna bullshit your way out of it. As in, you're gonna create stuff up in your mind.
I mean, that's pretty much it, because I don't
Yeah.
have a place where the giants are stationed.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you say that these wards were built to protect against giants, then all of a sudden that affects, where I'm putting the giant stuff, which is good.
Also, another thing is create random buzzwords.
Hmm.
Anti-giant force fields.
Yes.
So were they to protect against the giants?
Yes, as soon as the goddamn map loads up for me.
They were wards to protect against the armies of the Storm Tyrant, leader of the giants.
Actually, since they were rather weak this age, how about it was to make sure they were like forever be exiled away from these lands?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, because they were at their zenith next. That's right.
Just kick them while they're down. Why don't you fucking dick?
Well, we can I mean,
Damn right.
so
Why
just
they
because
become
they're
angry later.
I mean, just because they eventually rise to their zenith doesn't mean that you can't have wards protecting against them. Maybe they just didn't work very well.
But never found a way around.
Or maybe they did because you don't have a crossover event there, so you're not necessarily at war. But I like that. So they were wards to protect against the armies of the Storm Tyrant, who is the leader of the Giants. But why?
All right, let's see. The map is now open.
And remember, the map isn't quite as important as you might think it is, because this is the map of the 13th Age. So, like, maybe some of the stuff you see here didn't exist in the First Age, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, how about basically a giant wall was created to make sure and push the giant, basically force the giants off the fertile lands and into the red wastes there.
Okay. So, wards near the Giants Walk were created to push the armies into the red wastes with hopes of defeating them entirely. Okay. I like that. Alright, Matthew, do you have anything to add to that?
No. I like that. I'm pretty okay with that.
Okay. And, for the Giants, they were at their nadir. So...
Oh shit, I got fucking shit on my phone.
So the Giants. So who did you blame most for your decline? And I'm going to say they blamed the Holy Ones. They created... well, let's see. They engineered, or at least attempted to, their genocide. But fortunately... Can you what?
Can we like add like so like you have the factions that you set in there. Like can we like add like another faction like we say, oh, that's what the humans want you to think, but really the humans decimated their farmland and blah 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 blah.
Wait, hang on. Say that one more time.
So like in your spreadsheet you have like what, like 7 or so fractions or whatever. Like so like, you don't have humans in there, right? So like let's say like I want to add something, be like, oh, but that's what the humans want the giants to think because the humans actually burned down some of their villages, but the humans tricked the giants into thinking that
Yeah.
really it was more of the
So
holy one.
you can include anything you want. The purpose of the chart is to keep things focused on icons and factions most relevant to our story in the current age, right? So like we could have had merfolk in here somewhere, but spoiler alert, they're not going to come up in the adventure path. So why
May I include
include
a
them?
point where the merfolk are important in my story though? I like them.
Alright, so that's a good one. So they blamed the Holy Ones. They engineered, or at least attempted to, their genocide. But fortunately, through the forgotten ritual of Glitterfall, the Giants found a new home. Let's see. In the safety of the Giants Walk. They would live there for centuries, mostly undisturbed. There. Alright, so that's the start of the first stage. We can always go back and add to that. So what's another one that you two have? So if we go...
Also, for the first age, could I add
Yeah.
that the Golden Citadel was like created as the primary fortress to make sure that the giants were forever kept in their place.
Fortress meant to act as a breakwater
See, this
against
man's already
any,
got
yeah,
buzzwords going.
giant assault. Is there a place on the map called the Golden Citadel?
Yep.
Ah,
Oh, I thought you came up with it. I was excited. I
yeah,
was
I
like,
did
yeah,
too.
go Nick. But Nick disappointed me, like I disappoint my dad.
All by myself.
So
Okay,
I
so
also grabbed another Mountain Dew when I already had one in my room. So
so
I guess
Triangle of
now
disappointment.
let's do the fifth age, because here, in the fifth age, we have the lycanthropes and holy ones with the crossover. So lycanthropes, holy ones. Ooh. And then what else do we have there? We have cultists and the giants. Cultists. So this is a crossover. And then the giants are iconic. Alright, so you can see we have a lot of activity in this age, right? Cha. Alright, so for the lycanthropes, let me pull up the PDF here. This book, Book of Ages. And I'm on page, what? Page 17. So let's do 19. Nailed it. Alright. Go away, window. Alright, so we've got lycanthrope crossover. Okay, so this is more. So here we have to determine what faction the crossover was with.
The Diabolus.
Well, so here I'm gonna leave that choice first to Matthew. So Matthew,
yeah.
we have 3 crossovers, and it can be with one or all 3 of them. But which other faction did the lycanthropes have a crossover?
Question: what's a crossover?
So this is where there was some kind of interaction, whether it was an allegiance, whether it was a war.
I got this.
Okay, so who was it with?
It was with both of them. You see, what happened was the
Well,
Holy Ones.
hang on. I don't want to know all that yet. I just kind of needed to know which ones you had.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so with both of them, then that's going to make this a little bit easier. So, what curious custom or customs did your people adopt from the other factions?
Fuck. Okay. Well, from the Holy Ones, we adopted a I give me a second here. I'm trying to think of a decent idea here, but I'm very bad at it.
Nick, this is where you could provide some thought. You know, like what's a custom, what is something unique about the Holy Ones that might be adopted by another faction?
Let's see, they're the Druids, right? This is where they discovered that building houses and living in buildings was better than living out in the bushes.
Okay. They learned.
That's insulting.
They learned that fortified. Yeah. See, there's another bot in the chat. Do you see it? Want to become famous? Buy followers.
Realistically,
Hang on.
it'll happen.
See,
Um,
that's what it is.
but as long as you're not actually view botting, you'll be.
Yeah, it's just weird. We didn't have that the other day. Okay, so all right, they learned that fortified buildings would enable them to what? Further their base of power. Is that something that you would want to have used, Matthew? You don't have to use that.
Like, no, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Um,
It also doesn't have to. I guess it doesn't have to be a positive one either.
well, exactly. If you ask me for a cultist one, it's 100% going to be negative.
Okay. So, what did you adopt from the cultists?
So some of us in the lycanthrope factions ended up started worshiping the dark gods, and it caused a lot of discourse between the faction, because like we were split.
They turned to the dark gods, causing a massive split in their own faction. Okay, that's good. That is good. I like that. All right, so holy ones. Let's see. Crossover event. Man, this is tough. You think it's tough to answer the questions. Try coming up with good ones. Oh, ooh, here's a good one. All right. Holy ones. What was the worst mistake born of misunderstanding that blighted this age?
Oh, I'm looking at that giant big abyss there. And I'm going to say we caused that along with the die boss.
That he caused. Hang on. That he caused what?
That big giant, the abyss on the map.
Well, okay. So what was the misunderstanding that caused an opening to the abyss? Because that's. Oh, wait. Hang on. You know what we forgot to do? We need to go back to the first age.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need to determine how the age ended. So I want. Nick, I want you to roll a d12 and tell me what you get.
9.
And now I want you to roll a d6.
3.
Okay, hang on. So how did it end? The natural world turned on the empire, and the seas rose up. So the first age ended with the natural world turning on the empire as the seas rose and swallowed entire cities and civilizations into their cold blue depths.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So back to what was the worst mistake born of misunderstanding that blighted this age? So maybe opening the abyss is a bit too apocalyptic. Because remember, it's a mistake. It's not necessarily like the end of the world kind of mistake. Although I guess it could be. Like for instance, I think the worst mistake born of misunderstanding could have been the Holy Ones aligning themselves with the cultists to fight back against the giants, and then they are seen as being on the side of the cultists. So the Holy Ones were then branded as like these evil zealots that only wanted power for power's sake, right? So like that is an example.
That could work as well.
Well, I don't want to write it for you.
Well, how about it was for both? The Holy Ones trusted, well, they didn't really trust the Diabolus, but they worked with them to bring the giants down, and then immediately discovered their mistake and tried to work against the Diabolus, but they ended up at least creating a partial rift.
Okay. So you aligned with the Diabolist in order to attempt to turn the tides against the giants. But just... Wait, and you were successful. However, due to the toll this war both cost your side, the cultists took advantage, creating a... well, see, that's one of those, like, dimensional barriers failed. Took advantage. This is a tough one, man. Alright, the Holy Ones align with the Diabolist in order to attempt and turn the tides against the giants. And you failed. Due to the toll this war cost your side, the cultists took advantage, creating a new pact with the giants. But since you had allied with the cultists, no one came to your aid, right? So, like, the giants are iconic in this age, and you remembered back in the first age, you created these wards and this fortress that were supposed to stop the giants one day, right? Oh, the Golden Citadel. So when they came back up in the fifth age, they were too powerful. They had a new leader, and you had to, the enemy of my enemy kind of deal, right? So you and the cultists joined forces to beat back the giants, but you failed. They were just too powerful. And your side suffered severe losses. And then the cultists, as it turns out, weren't really all that interested in helping. In fact, the whole time, how about this? Corrupting the Golden Citadel to be a conduit for fell magic. Right? So, while you were fighting this war, the only reason they did it was to use this Golden Citadel, which we know from the first age is, maybe it is built upon some ley lines or something, but it is a fortress designed to stop powerful armies, right? And they used it to corrupt it for their own ends, right? And then when the Holy Ones realized what was going on, and were like, whoa, hey, guys, we need some help to fight the cultists. No one believed them, because they were like, no, you're with them fighting the giants. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the cultists... What about the cultists? Who comes about in the sixth age?
You can also do a crossover with the druids there. The lycanthropes.
Yeah. Let's see. What happened to the lycanthropes in the 6th age? Matthew.
Hmm.
Iconic.
Okay.
They were iconic.
Oh, I had the idea then. Okay, cool. Um,
No,
so what
hang on.
happened was,
I'm not ready for the 6th age. I was just curious what.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Oh, okay. No, that's the 7th. Dang it. All right, so this is what we're going to do then. For the question for them is, which faction came to dominate the other? And the cultists will say, we let the shape changers think they had a hold over us, but we knew they were just another force to eventually be corrupted and turned to our agendas. Does anyone want to add to that? So like this through this age, they betrayed the holy ones, and we see in like the 6th age how the lycanthropes kind of come to power, and then in the 7th age the cultists are at their nadir, right? So like they were playing a long game that we know doesn't work out in their favor, right?
Hmm.
That they tried to be like, oh no, shape changers, well, you're totally the force to be reckoned with right now, hoping that by turning you, or at least some of you, to worship their dark gods and splitting your factions, that it would weaken you and they'd be able to turn enough of you to their side that they would have, a more formidable army on their own. Do you want to answer that from the shape changers or the lycanthropes view?
I mean, from our view, they realistically, we forced them into it. Like we forced them into submitting to us because like they couldn't handle us. I mean, like we were too powerful to like we weren't exactly unified, but like we still had enough brute force for them to have to deal with, like have to kind of submit to us, otherwise they would perish.
Okay. What about the holy ones? How did they feel about this, or do they have anything to weigh in with?
They're like probably in the background going, "You're being duped. You're being duped," and provide enough
Oh, yeah.
warning to the.
We tried to warn the lycanthropes, but in their hubris, um, they chose to ignore our warnings. Um, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they avoid the deadfall that took us in. Okay, and then the giants. What do we have for the giants? The giants are iconic. This is a good one. Come on. If I can select it, there we go. Question. How did your people describe your icon in that time of change? So, the new Storm Tyrant was a giant from the depths of the ocean. A cold-hearted murderer that only wanted to see the complete annihilation of those who had trapped us in the dark mountains like prisoners. Not the depths of the world. A bottomless cave. Okay. Um, she stood 80 feet tall at the shoulder. Her hair the color of midnight, and her eyes burned with the fury of a dying star. She wielded the great... we need a good Nordic name for a weapon.
Gilbjorn?
What is it?
Gilbjorn?
Kildjung, a warhammer made from lightning and what cloud. It was said to be light as a feather, but hit with the force of the crashing sea. Okay, do any of the other factions want to weigh in on that here? Specifically the Holy Ones?
What do you mean, Rayan?
So, like, that's how they described their icon at that time. Do the Holy Ones have any feelings on how their icon was described during that time? Actually, I don't want to describe her as a cold-hearted murderer. She was a benevolent leader who only wanted to see justice done to those who had trapped her people in the Dark Mountains like prisoners. Okay, so they saw her as like our redemption. You know, the Holy Ones spent, you know, all of their power forcing us into this underground prison where they'd been for ages. And then when she came along, she was like, we will see justice done. You know, what they did to us wasn't right. We had committed no crimes, and we will see them brought to task. But how
You've
do...
committed crime against Skyrimer people.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So how do the Holy Ones view this icon?
Sort of like a natural disaster that was bringing down the order. And finally finished off the Great Old Age.
A cyclone made manifest. She didn't want justice. She wanted revenge. Okay, so Matthew, I'm going to let you roll for the world-shattering cataclysm and the Fifth Age. So roll a d12.
Perfect. Let's see what number I get. 11.
11. Ooh. Hang on. Okay, now roll a d6.
4. I was already prepared for that because I knew you were going to ask for it.
Nice.
I know, I'm basically a genius.
So, this age ended as the evil overlord rose again as an undead horror after being defeated. So what the crap does that mean? Let's see. The undead. We'll have to flesh that one out later. I'm not really sure how to make that one fit in. Now, my question to you guys is, we could do this again with the 6th age if you want, or do you guys want to call it for tonight and have kind of a short session?
I'm okay with doing a 6 age.
Yeah, get you.
Okay. So
Sorry, what was that you said about someone rising?
Yeah, so sorry, here, I'll also give you the link to, here's the write-up as well. So this is a document where I'm typing all of our stuff. Yeah, so that age, the 5th age, ended with the evil overlord rising again as an undead horror after being defeated. So that's going to have to be something that gets dealt with in the 6th age. So in the 6th age, we have the 6th age. We have lycanthropes who were iconic, yes?
Yeah. Yes, we were.
Alright. And then who were the other ones? Read those to me real quick, Matthew. So lycanthropes were iconic.
2 seconds.
Holy ones. Right?
Crossover.
Holy Ones crossover. Undead crossover.
Okay, hang on. Undead.
Okay.
Okay, and last one?
Dragons crossover.
Ooh. Okay, so I feel like naturally here there's a war against the undead. Right?
Makes sense to me.
That the holy ones would fight against, probably. It doesn't mean lycanthropes can't, but we'll get to that. Okay, so lycanthropes are iconic. So what is a good question for him? Yeah, this is a good one. I have heard tell that assassins struck at your icon in that age. Who sent them, and what happened?
Well, yeah, we'll do that. So the the Dwarf King sent them because of well, what happened was a lot of them failed. And it really, instead of making the new High Druid of ours less tight, as like he came in super hard. Instead of making him less tight and less like hard and like iron fisty, he even became more of a, and used us as his personal police and personal army.
Okay, hang on. The lycanthropes used. Say would be. Alright, so the Dwarf King sent them, many of them. And instead, so their goal was what? To reduce the influence of the High Druid?
Mm-hmm.
Their goal was to reduce the influence of the High Druid. But instead of weakening her rule? His rule. It only served to strengthen it. The High Druid chose lycanthropes to be his army, weeding out the would-be killers. Okay, So Holy Ones, or yeah, Holy Ones. Do you view it that way, or did you see it as being something different?
Hmm. No, we'll see it that way.
Okay. All right. So Holy Ones, you have a crossover event. All right, this is a good one. Tell me of your armies in that age. How did the new relationship change them in war? So remember, at the end of the last age, the evil overlord rose as an undead horror after having been defeated. So, how?
Because of the nadir and following the betrayal of the Diabolus, the this would be the first time that the Holy Ones employed large armies of the undead to make up the shortfall of the numbers.
Wait, hang on. I'm not sure I heard that right. You used undead to
Yes, to
fight the
fight the
undead?
undead. Yeah.
Wow. Undead to
Bold move.
pad their ranks. They lost. They lost many men and women battling. Who did you battle? Yeah, battling the giants and the subsequent betrayal by the cultists. They had little choice but to keep their dead fighting for the right side. Okay, lycanthropes. I feel like you, as agents of the High Druid, would have some thoughts on this.
Uh, That's fair. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, no, that just so wait, I have a question. Did
Hmm.
you use them to fight? Did you use the undead to fight the undead?
Yeah, so
Or
Yeah.
essentially what happened is their battles with the giants and then their betrayal by the cultists left their army so thoroughly and completely decimated that when this new undead threat rose up, again, no one would ally themselves with the Holy Ones because they thought they were in leagues with the cultists. So they kind of had to rely on themselves, and the only thing they saw as an option at that time was to bring their own people back and use them against the undead.
gotcha.
Man, that is dark.
Yeah.
That's so
Well,
dark. I love
uh,
that, man. That was surprising. Hang on just one
in re
second. Hang on.
okay.
Yes. Will you just, Tatum, will you put this in the fridge for me? There's another bottle in there. Just lay it down. We're gonna be done here in like 20 minutes. Only had two players show up tonight.
Damn, I got intercepted in Madden.
Okay.
Hello there.
Hello there. All right. So yeah, that
General
is the.
Why,
Kenobi.
hello there.
General Kenobi.
Okay. So lycanthropes. What did they think about this?
Yeah, they think that's complete bullshit. So their viewpoint on that is that realistically, is people saw the error in the Holy One's ways. They saw the corruptness. They saw them, aligning with these dark people. So instead of actually changing your ways, you wanted to try to continue your reign, or terror over the world, and so you someone you've raised the dead.
To embrace it and defile their own dead. It doesn't matter that they disguised it as a means to an end. If they weren't, let's see, if they weren't true followers of the Diabolist, they would have sought any other avenue by which to accomplish their goals. I like that. That's ooh, that's good. That's good. All right, so then we have an undead crossover. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. I see that building there bears the symbols of the other faction. What is it, and what kept it locked inside? And the Golden Citadel, it was once called the Golden Citadel. Now it is known as the Weeping. Wait, hang on. As Fort Depression. No.
Fort
Fawlty
anxiety.
Towers.
Fort anxiety.
Fort Failure.
As the Black Castle.
Castle Black with Lord Commander.
As the Dead Fort. That's much better. Now it is known as the Dead Fort. What is in there? Alright, so it was once called the Golden Citadel. Now it is known as the Dead Fort. Rumors speak of a magical device capable of what? Capable of bringing life back to the undead. Not destroying them, mind you, but actually returning their souls back into the cycle of life. And the Holy Ones refuse to let us attempt to end our own unending curse.
Damn. The Holy Ones are the bad guys of this arc.
Yeah. Alright, so Holy Ones. Do you wanna respond to that?
Yes.
Please do.
A supposed device that apparently restores life to the undead does not do so by restoring their own soul, but taking the soul of another, more deserved
so
of
good.
one.
Okay, hang on. Doesn't
Bro,
return
this-
the original soul to the body. Rather, it steals the soul of another.
This
Hijack.
arc is so dark.
I know! The 6 age is so terrible. It's so terrible.
Nobody had a good time.
Hijacking.
Except the Jews, apparently.
Hijacking.
No,
their
we did
life
not. We were
force.
literally the Nazis. Like what?
Yeah. Okay, so this device that lies in the Dead Fort doesn't return the original soul to the body. Rather, it steals the soul of another, hijacking their life force. Okay, what else?
And their big poo-poo heads.
Okay, so nothing else. Got it. Interesting. So what's another good one? Here's a good one. Man, this is gonna be viewed as like hating on the holy ones. All right, for the dragons. In my studies, I have learned of a sect among your people who still hate and despise the other faction. Who are they, and why do they bear such malice? And are they still influential? Ooh. Yes, I need, what do you want to call the name of the lycanthrope army that was sent out as like a counter assassin force?
The SS. No, I'm kidding. Trying to think of a good name here.
Skin takers?
Jesus Christ!
Well, I meant more like skin, as in like taking someone else's form, not literally skinning them.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you speak of the. You gonna help me?
I'm
Nick,
thinking.
Nick, you have an idea?
The Bears?
Yes,
The
you
dre-
speak of
the
the
dre-
Chicago Bears. We hate them. They made sports unbearable to watch for years.
Unbearable.
They were so dominant. What was even the point of tuning in?
Let's take this seriously.
Yeah,
They barely fought off the assassins.
I hate this so much. All right. Yes, you speak.
Hold on. I got one. I got one coming up here.
Okay. They saw themselves as righteous warriors, righting the wrongs done to their people, but in their search for vengeance, our young fell prey to their machinations. For you see, dragons often keep their eggs deep underground near pools of molten. Dadgum, these stupid bots in the chat, dude. It's annoying. Near pools of molten rock. And as the dwarves fell back in defense against the whatever this faction is called, our young were caught in the crossfire. Lycanthropes, do you want to reply to that?
I'm still stuck on the name. Give me 1 second.
Sheathed paw.
What?
So the paw is the weapon of an animal, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So it's almost like we hid our weapons, the sheathed paw.
Yeah. And so the dragon said that like we killed their young and stuff.
Yeah, so essentially what happens is that dragons have been known to keep their young deep underground, where pools of lava, like lava rivers and lava lakes are, and they keep them near these because they need that heat in order to grow and eventually hatch, right? Otherwise, the further removed from heat they are, maybe the longer it takes for them to hatch. So instead of it taking a decade being right next to a lava lake, it could take centuries if it's just in like a cold cave somewhere, right? So as the sheathed paw drove the dwarves further underground in their, in their, crystal knocked kind of, blitzkrieg, what happened is the dwarves ended up being pushed back to areas where dragon eggs were kept, and unfortunately, some of those eggs were destroyed in the ensuing battles. Right,
Okay.
accidentally,
Yeah.
because objectively, I know that the druids didn't do that on purpose, or maybe they did. Maybe they took that as a chance to deal a real devastating blow to dragons. But the dragons see the sheathed paw as these opportunistic murderers of like a neutral third party. They didn't have anything to do with this war between the high druid and the dwarf king.
Okay. So maybe if they would have taken our warnings or heeded our warnings, it wouldn't have been so stubborn to keep their eggs where they were and put them in other places. They would have maybe survived and they wouldn't have lost as many young as they did, because in the heat of a battle, things are going to happen. We can't control when the some casualties that happen.
But collateral damage is a real thing, as unfortunate as it is. Ooh, very apathetic. I like it. And how did it end? I want. No, I'm gonna let Nick do it. Nick, roll a d12, and then Matthew, you're gonna roll the d6.
Okay.
Why do I keep rolling nines?
Well, re-roll it. Actually, technically, you don't have to.
Oh, I got a 4.
A 4? Okay.
I got a 6.
You got a 6?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How did the Sixth Age end? Chunks of the sky fell.
Wait, what fell? I'm sorry.
Chunks of the sky.
James are really
Nice.
angry.
Yeah. So the sky lost its integrity and fell across the empire, just, causing
Man, the
untold
6 age really
devastation.
sucks.
Yeah, the Sixth Age was a bad time. That was a real bad time. Okay, I think that's pretty good for now. I don't know. I had fun. Did you guys have fun doing that?
Absolutely.
I know it's way different than
Let's drop the others and just roll.
say again.
Let's just drop the others and roll.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're only gonna world build from now on. No, I had a lot of fun. I think world building can be kind of clunky sometimes, but this just puts so much emphasis on like what cool things happened. Like you're making everything up. Like again, Nick with the whole as I wrote that, like, oh, there's this magical device in the dead fort that like brings the undead back to life, and we just want to be not undead anymore. And he's like, well, hang on. It's not quite as altruistic as it sounds, because this device kills other people to bring them back, I never would have thought of that, ever. And that's the kind of stuff we can only get through this, like, cooperative storytelling, which I think is just so freaking awesome. So awesome. Anyways.
You're awesome.
So that's that's where we're gonna end it tonight. Again, I know most of you, if there's even anyone still watching, tuned in to see us play some Age of Worms, and that didn't happen. But hopefully you saw some cool stuff. Maybe you saw something you liked in the Book of Ages, and you want to go pick that up. I highly recommend that. In fact, you can do that at the Pelgrane Press web store, which you can find at site.pelgranepress.com. I'm going to post it in the chat. Site.pelgranepress.com. And then there's a link there to their online store where you can buy any book of the 13th Age series and have a lot of fun. So we're gonna leave it there. Nick and Matthew, thank you for joining me tonight, and we'll see y'all next week.
See ya.